My name is CHRISTINA Batalias. I was born in Jericho, New York. I grew up in Manhasset, though, in Long Island. It was a pretty good Greek community where I grew up, too, I would say. So it was nice. My parents were both born in Greece. Ο πατέρας μου γεννήθηκε στην Αθήνα, στην Ιωνία. Και η μητέρα μου γεννήθηκε στην Καβάλα. She's from, I think her village is called Drama. And they both moved here. My mom was 14, I think. She was born in 49, so she must have came early 60s about. Και ο πατέρας μου, he was 18 when he came, also in the 60s. They always lived in New York. They went, my mom grew up, I think, in Far Rockaway. I'm not sure where my father grew up. He bounced around. I know he was working on the ships, and that's kind of how he came here. I'm not sure where he was based, but they met in New York. Στο σπίτι, definitely we spoke Greek. I actually, my first language was Greek as a child. My parents refused to speak to me in English, and I went to kindergarten and first grade, not being able to speak English. So it was very hard to make friends. Apparently, I don't remember.
In Long Island?
In Long Island, I was the little Greek girl.
This is an amazing story, an amazing point. Growing up in Long Island and speaking Greek.
Yeah, it was nice though, and I say to them now, thank God, because now I speak very freely, I think, and comfortably, and, it definitely helped down the line. Every summer. I haven't missed a summer since I was a little baby. I went to Greece for the first time when I was 6 months old, so my passport is very, very big. We usually go to Athens. My father's sister still lives in Ionia. My yaya used to live there, but she passed away a couple years ago, and my papu had passed away before I was born, but that's really the only family I have in Greece. Always, yeah. I always speak with my relatives in Greek, and I speak to my parents primarily in Greek also, and my sisters and my brother. Amerikanaki, always. As Greek as I may sound, or speak, or think, or talk, or agree, Greek American. Greek American. I consider myself a Greek American, though. It's playful. It's definitely I think, a nice way. I hope in a nice way. But yeah, typically Amerikanaki. My non-Greek friends definitely, they definitely recognize how strong I am in my culture, and they like it, actually. They always come to my house for Greek Easter, and, they've seen like pictures of my baptism and like all like the traditions that we have, and honestly, I think it I don't want to say it rubs off on them, but it's funny because, they'll come over to my house and my parents will be speaking Greek and they'll be like, I know what they're saying now. Like, I finally, I spend so much time here, I understand what's going on, the dynamic. So. No, I personally, I have always felt very connected to being Greek and culture, but I think that's also because I frequently visit Greece. In the last, I would say 5 years, I've been at least twice a year. So I'm in Greece a lot. We have a house there, so we split our time. They split their time. They're there 6 months out of the year and 6 months here, especially since I went to college. Once I went to college, they spent a lot more time there. People ask me if when I go to Greece, is it dangerous? And I don't really know how to answer that question, because to me, I feel as though it isn't. But that's also because I think that I'm very assimilated into the Greek culture. Like I have family, friends there. We have family there. So to me, I wouldn't say so, but you definitely feel it as an outsider. Over the summer, especially too, Athens was very quiet. Definitely not as much tourism. I just went for Christmas as well. but but where I live in Athena, where our apartment is, it's very populated. It's a suburb. People are out and about. You just don't feel it as much. And I think also, like, Greek culture, a man has $5 left in his pocket, he's very likely to spend it on a frappe. That's just how it is. It's just a cultural thing, and I think people don't understand that as much. Also, I think it's a European thing. I never really thought about studying in Greece, and I've never been exposed to opportunity like that. But if given the opportunity, I wouldn't know where to look for it also. So I think if given the opportunity, I would consider it. But thus far, no. When I was younger, I definitely was more of an active participant. I never went to Goya, and I never really did a lot of the, I would say, church organized activities that I know a lot of other people did who are now still friendly with those people that they met. And it's interesting. I was just talking, to some friends about this, how it's very hard, I think, to make Greek friends later on in life. Most of the people that I know who are, very involved in Greek community and having, a lot of Greek friends, they started from very young. And I feel like it's very hard to break into that where I'm at now. So I think I'm involved minimally, not as much as I would like to be. Yeah, I did. I marched as a child, yeah, with my Greek school class a couple times. And I plan to do it again this year with the Greek club at NYU. I'm an English major, but I don't know what happens after college. I haven't decided yet. Definitely. My father's constantly playing tavli with my papu from my mom's side, who they live in Bayside, so they're always at our house. I was home last weekend, and I woke up at 8:30. I thought I was dreaming. I woke up at 8:30 because I heard bouzoukia playing in my kitchen. And I thought to myself, this has to be a dream. I walked downstairs, and my mom and my father were in the kitchen. They had their iPod on, one of their musical instruments. They had speakers on and bouzoukia playing, and they were both just dancing in my kitchen. It was a very surreal experience, but that's just how my house is. We love the Greek culture. We love Greek music. We always have antena on the TV. Favara, what's for dinner? I don't know. Tzatziki. It's just we're very Greek. My house is very Greek. I'm the youngest of five, so I came way later. My youngest sister, closest to me, was 20 when I was born. So we have a big age gap. They're all married with kids. And, to answer that question, I would think of my nieces and my nephews, if they would feel as strongly connected as I do. And I do think it's a little bit in jeopardy because I see my sisters two of my sisters married Greek men, and one of my sisters married a Portuguese man, and my brother, his wife is Greek as well, but they don't speak Greek at home. Only one of them really does, I would say. And I don't think that in the future, unless they maybe develop Greek friendships, or they go to Greece every summer as well, but they've just been brought up differently. So I would say that maybe would jeopardize that strong cultural feeling that I feel, as opposed to in the future how they would view themselves as Greeks. I think it's perceived as that. I think that a lot of people think that, it's a very tight-knit community, the Greek Astoria community, and it definitely is. As far as opportunity goes, for me personally, because I grew up in Long Island as opposed to maybe Queens or Astoria, or even just, somewhere a little bit closer, I think that I didn't miss out on the opportunity, I just wasn't exposed to it. So I really think it also does depend on where you live. as far as New York goes, because I know that a lot of acquaintances that I know of people from Astoria, are very, again, far more involved because they started at a young age. So I really think that at the end of the day, it definitely goes back to that. If your parents grew up in Astoria and, they're bringing you up in Astoria or Queens or, any type of closer community, I think that definitely more opportunity is thrown your way. I think if I maybe, tried to seek it out, I would have found it. I do think that there has to be some kind of, break-in point. I think it's dying. I do. I think that interest is dying a little bit. I'm not sure why. I don't know if I would be able to harness exactly why, but I think also it's just not as prevalent. I don't know. For example, I don't know of any theaters in, say, Astoria that maybe exclusively show Greek films or, provide a creative outlet for Greek culture related, film, literature, other things. Just, I'm not sure that type of thing exists. I definitely feel like it's a second home to me. Definitely equal to here. People in Greece ask me all the time, if you had the opportunity to move here, would you? And I never know how to answer that question because to me, this is my home, but that's also my home. I don't feel like an outsider there. I don't feel foreign. I don't feel like a tourist at all. I wouldn't say I walk the streets, I know where I'm going. I'm driving in the car, I know what turn to make. It's very nice. Σίγουρα θα ήταν πιο εύκολα, νομίζω. Επειδή και οι γονείς μου είναι very Greek. They talk to each other in Greek, they talk to me in Greek. I do think sometimes it would be easier. But at the same time, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't feel the pressure from them. Ποτέ δεν μου έχουν πει, Χριστίνα, σίγουρα βρες ένα καλό Έλληνα και you know the rest. They've never said that to me. But I don't know. We'll see down the line. I think also my sisters paved the way a little bit, so we'll see. I don't know. Yes. People ask me, if someone asked me the question, where are you from? Or, how do you classify yourself? I would probably say Greek instead of Greek American, even though realistically that's probably the truer statement. But yeah.
Or just American?
No, I don't think I've ever said American. Only in Greece, if someone says, where are you from? And I say Melinida, and they, the follow-up question is, yeah, but where are you really from? I'm from New York. Ah, okay. It all clicks. Είναι δύσκολο. Επειδή και με το Facebook and stuff like that, I think instead of bringing people together, I think it does drive people apart. Also because I'm friends with a number of Greek people I know on Facebook. Yet if I were, to call them up and say, hi, what are you doing? Maybe we should get a coffee. It'd be weird. So I think there's a divide. I think there's a big divide happening. Sometimes at home, not always. I don't really watch a lot of TV generally. But when I'm home and it's on, if my parents are watching, Antena News or something, my mom's always watching the soap operas. She streams them, so that's about it. Mm-mm. No. That I haven't really dabbled in. What I hope for my children is that, I think that I love the way that I was brought up. I think I wouldn't have had it any other way at all, actually. I wouldn't have had it any other way. It's, I saw the world in a different way. I got two perspectives. I have friends here that, don't understand how when I was going to Greece, I was, it wasn't a big deal that I went to a bar or a club and, I was 17, 18, 19, whatever. It's just such a different culture, but I wouldn't have had it any other way because I got the best of both worlds. And I definitely hope I can pass that on to my children, whether they're, full Greek, half Greek, whatever other culture their potential father might be. I really hope that they get to feel what I felt, because you see things differently. You're able to analyze in a different way. It's not just such a single mindset. Not to sound very cliche, but I think Greeks accomplished a lot of things very early on that paved the way for humanity in general. Just look at, for example, the Olympics. Something so culturally specific started in such a primitive way, and it's a cultural phenomenon now worldwide. It's something that every 4 years people look forward to, they prepare for, and I was lucky enough to go to the Olympics in Greece in 2004, and it was an amazing experience. You felt it. Like I felt so patriotic towards, Greece, and I thought, wow, it was my country where I came from that accomplished all this greatness. And it makes me proud. It really does. It makes me proud to be Greek, and I feel very fortunate that I got to live this way. It sounds funny, but it's true. So, that's why it's important. And also, I don't know. It's just really nice. I can't find the word to describe it, but it was a really good way to grow up.